Alright, headed out of Riverside / Encampment, and we have a greeting. We are headed out. We are taking a reroute around the snow. Apparently there was 12 miles of deep snow out of Encampment going northbound on the CDT. So we heard from some locals, including a nice lady looking at the local coffee shop in Encampment, Allison, and also the very nice couple who gave us a hitch, Rock and Dee. Shout out to you guys. They let us on since they know all these back roads to a way around. So we're going to be hiking about 6 miles on the 801. I think it's also called like Sage Creek Road or something like that, but the 801. The nearest point to have a drop off is past the CDT, I think like 3 miles. I'm forgetting the name of the place, but it's 801. Aspen Alley, I think. So we're gonna hike 6 miles on the 801 and then cut over on Deep Jack Road to the CDT. So that's what we're gonna try out, but I'll keep you guys updated. Here I am filtering my water. Looks like a storm is coming. The wind just picked up, which is nice because it's been really hot. Looks like over there for our whole hike today. So this is kind of nice. Back on the CDT, and it feels so good. There's the trail. There's the trail. So we were pretty even with miles. We did like 3 more miles than the trail actually is to get around the 12 miles of snow. So this morning we hit the CDT. The mosquitoes are pretty bad because of all the snow melt. And we're gonna enjoy this while it lasts, because we're getting into the Great Basin area soon. So gonna be less water, a lot more sun, a lot more heat. So prepping for that. I got a new shirt that's a larger size to get more airflow. I think that's part of the reason I got heat exhaustion last week, because my shirt was it was my size, but it was skin tight. So now I get some more airflow, and I got a cooling buff. There are so many pretty wildflowers popping up. Look at that. Beautiful. basin. It's snack time. It's really cool hiking where you can see an expansive view because you can see where you hiked from. So I'm going to show you where we came from this morning. Came from all the way over there, that mountain range. Alright, here we are in a storm. I had to crash Snickers' tent. Hey Snickers! Hi. Because my tent broke in this storm. This has never happened before. My sleeping bag is completely soaked. I'll tell you guys more about it tomorrow. But yeah, we're just trying to stay warm and dry. Collapsed in the night. I tried to put everything in my tent just so it wouldn't blow away. I ran over to Snickers' tent last night barefoot, soaked, just because my tent broke. I hope I can salvage it because I know what happened. Let's see. Oh, maybe I can salvage it. This is literally the first time I'm looking at it. This broke off the small side of my tent, so maybe I can salvage that, and then I have some rips in my rain fly. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought, but last night it was pretty dramatic. I kind of lost it a little bit, but got it warm and dry, so I'll explain more about that later because I need to pack this soggy mess up. So back on the road. If I look so great right now, it's because I didn't get much sleep. So last night was very intense, probably the most intense, worst night on trail, and that's saying something. So Snickers and I had dinner. We saw a thunderstorm in the distance, kind of back over there. So we knew a storm was coming, but the weather was great where we were. It was some lightning and thunder, and like, okay, well, we'll just get in our tents now. But it was a beautiful day yesterday, a great start to the Great Basin, and then night fell. And the wind got fierce, like I think probably 80 mile an hour gusts. I'm guessing, I don't really know. But my previous Big Agnes copper spur has held up to 65 mile per hour winds, gusts, kind of like all night in Tehachapi on the PCT. So that's kind of my benchmark because I have the same model. And my tent ended up breaking. One of the tent poles broke, and in doing so, ripped my rain fly. And so my tent kind of collapsed on me when it was windy, downpour. So I ended up rolling myself up in my rain fly just to try and stay dry. But I had to like deconstruct my tent first because my tent poles were still like on top of me. And I realized if there's lightning, that could be an issue. So I like through gasps and kind of hysteria, got my tent poles down and then like threw them away from where I was. And then, you know, I was getting soaked throughout. Luckily, the torso part of my sleeping bag was still kind of dry. So I rolled up in my rain fly, sat in the fetal position or laid in the fetal position for maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And then I realized that part of my sleeping bag was exposed, my foot box, and my sleeping bag was slowly getting soaked from that. So I laid there just not knowing what to do. And I didn't cry, but I tend to, when I'm really sad or really scared, I don't cry because I'm so scared or so sad. So I just like laid there because I didn't know what to do. And I took a peek out at Snicker's tent, and he has a trekking pole tent, so semi-freestanding, and he collapsed his. So I was like, okay, well, I guess, you know, I'm doing the right thing too. So I just lay there longer, and I just realized I wasn't going to be able to stay dry, and it was getting cold. I don't think it froze last night, but it was getting cold, and I realized that this was a dangerous situation. So I ended up pulling in my, just pulling everything into my tent just to keep everything together, except for my tent poles, of course. I just chucked those. And then I pulled my sleeping bag out. I pulled my sleeping pad out, and I ran over to Snicker's tent because I saw he popped it back up. The wind kind of died down at that point. So I ran over to Snicker's tent in the mud, barefoot, because I was at that point kind of a little hysterical. So I ran over there and I told him, Snickers, I need help. And so he was so wonderful. He's like, "Hey, come on in. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay." And he was all dry in his tent. So I felt kind of bad crashing his tent, but I don't think I would have made it through the night. If I was alone, I would have either had to press SOS or hike out or hike. There are some trees in the area, maybe hike to the trees, and everything was wet. Luckily, I brought my my clothing sack as well, which is a dry sack, so I did have dry clothes. My puffy was dry, luckily. I wasn't wearing my sleep pants, so I still had my shorts on, so my sleep pants were still dry. So I lucked out there. I had dry socks, and the torso part of my sleeping bag was somewhat dry on the inside, so I could kind of use that. So I had to run back though to my tent because I forgot my phone and my Anchor charging device, because I didn't think it'd be good if those got soaking wet all night. So yeah, left everything else at the site, hoping nothing would be blown away. And yeah, we luckily made it through the night in Snicker's tent. This is a point where I'm glad I'm not alone hiking. So we're just gonna try, it looks like a sunny day. Try to dry everything out today and figure out how to hopefully I can fix my tent either today or in Rawlins. Doing damage control. Drying out Get a load of this. Just braved a storm. Oh, I have to get this on video. Look at how ridiculous this is. Oh my God. It's like, how much do you think each weighs right now?
Oh my God.
Extra weight?
No,
Like, look at how crazy this is.
3 pounds.
My shoes, yeah, 3 pounds
5
each.
pounds, I don't know. Yeah,
Oh.
it's like hocus, you know?
My God.
Show 'em, man. Show 'em, man.
Look at this. This
Like on a
sucks.
platform here.
Type 2 fun.
And look at this movie, well, look at it close up
Yeah, yeah.
to the dry dirt.
You just gotta laugh at it. Yeah, bad storm came through. This isn't so bad. It's still raining, but hail. Heard a little thunder. Luckily no lightning, but it got really cold. Headed into Rawlins today. Really excited. This has been kind of a tough stretch for me, especially with the tent drama, storm drama. Yeah, it was pretty on and off storm. Yesterday I think we had 5 storms roll through, so it was kind of on and off with the reindeer. But even still, we made 28 miles, so we're crushing it. It's gonna be about 20, I think 25 to get into Rawlins, so we're getting in at the end of the day, but it's a weekday. We're here before the bubble, so I think we'll be able to get a spot at the Econo Lodge. Apparently they have a hiker rate and hiker box and that sort of thing. And I'm really excited about something I've been hearing about for a while. There's this Thai food restaurant in Rawlins, so really excited to get some Thai food hopefully tonight. And we are going to be reunited, excuse me, with our trail family member CDT-r, so he's going to hike hopefully the rest of the way with us to Canada. So I'm excited to reunite with him. We're getting in actually a day earlier than we thought because we've been making so many miles and we surpassed the snow. So we didn't want to be late. So we're not late, now we're early. Show you the beautiful view. Look at that. It's a beautiful day. It's been nice and cool on this stretch. Stormy, but cool. Snickers. And I also have a lot of chores to do in town. So we're taking a 0. I need to figure out my tent situation, see if I can salvage it. And if not, I need to order a new one. We'll figure something out. And I need to just redistribute the down in my sleeping bag just because it got soaked in that storm. Need to make sure my devices work after being in a puddle all night. Like, well, I guess my earbuds. I took my anchor with me to keep dry and my phone, but all my other stuff I need to make sure are still working for the next stretch. So lots to do in town. Okay, currently walking from post to post. A lot of them are knocked down. So, can you see it? Kind of hard to shoot, but way out in the distance. Here's the trail, very faint. And we found a post. Yes. Storm right alongside us. Whew. Hailstorm. Stuff's over there. Lightning position. Looks like almost blown through. Snickers is over there somewhere. Beautiful. Looks like it just snowed.